Welcome to the blockchain experience. Bringing dope content to the audience. Welcome to the blockchain experience. Bringing dope content to the audience. It's the blockchain spell. David's got so much to tell.
Hello, GM, and welcome to the final episode of Season 2 of the Blockchain Experience. I'm your host, David. So there will be no guests today, but I wanted to take a moment to quickly wrap up 2023 and then also kick off something new in the way of an announcement for 2024. So 2023, it was an amazing year of growth. We charted for the first time, even hit the top 50 in the technology category on Spotify in the US. We managed to make our way to the top 1% of podcasts globally in listenership. So I really wanted to first and foremost thank you, the listeners, for your unwavering support. None of these milestones would be possible without you guys, whether you are listening, whether you're evangelizing by the way of a LinkedIn post or an X post, writing a review, giving us those 5 stars. All that goes a long way, and I appreciate you all so much. I also want to thank our amazing guests who just brought the fire for every episode that we had this season. And those guests are Gabe Weiss, Unstoppable Domains, Mitchell Chan, Ed Balloon, Exchange Art, which is huge now because of what's going on with Solana at the time of this recording, Collabland, Brian Brinkman, Decentraland, Professor Tanya Evans, Art Blocks, and Coinbase. So yeah, we just had a star-studded cast of amazing guests who really made the show happen this season and was really helped propel its success. So appreciate all of you guys. So I know I'm a realist. I'm only mildly interesting, but again, those folks are the ones that really just brought the energy, brought the heat, and I appreciate them so much for coming on and sharing their stories. So I wanted to give you guys one big update on the future. Something I've alluded to and talked to here and there, but maybe not so much at length. But for 2023, we've really been working on building something, and that something is actually getting very close to completion. And that something is a mobile podcast player, which will be available on iOS and Android. In fact, the test pilot's already available on iOS, and it will be called Scoop3. So what you guys have been doing is listening to podcast episodes, then going to a website to purchase it as an NFT. Has a limited window. It costs money. It's a little bit of a pain in the butt process because you have to remember to do it. The cool thing is with Scoop3, you listen to the episode and then you get that NFT, although we're going to be calling them loyalty badges. You get them automatically. No friction. It's just one and done. Listen to the episode, you get it. And the way that we built it is actually for the masses. So it's not just for me, but as a podcaster, that is, it's not just for me, but any podcaster will be able to use, and we encourage them to use it. And masses also on the audience front, because you don't even need like an Ethereum address to be able to use this podcast player, but yet you'll still be able to collect those loyalty badges. So all this stuff happening under the hood, built with a lot of deliberation. It's going to be really awesome. Super excited about it. The reason I built this is because the podcast industry is an $11 billion business, and it's growing close to 30% annually. So a huge market. And the thing that really bothered me as a podcaster is a couple of things. One is the analytics were extremely poor. And then also the part that also bothered me was the audience activation, meaning listeners want to get closer to their favorite podcasters. I want to get closer to them as a podcaster, but there's just this barrier in the way. In fact, I think it was Podchaser that did a study and found that 82% of listeners want that closer connection. So what Scoop3 basically is doing is exactly that. Using the blockchain, it's bringing the podcaster more closely, more direct line of sight with the listeners, like I've been doing in a very roundabout way with you guys. And that's really going to help usher in relationship building and also just, a stronger community. So that's the podcast player as far as like, and I know I kind of skipped around a few things that'll all kind of make more sense as time goes by. But also wanted to spend a little bit time on the business part of it, which is what gets really cool is that we're opening this up as an investment opportunity. And I really want to emphasize the term investment opportunity. Excuse me, investment opportunity, because this is not a token drop or an NFT that you buy. This investment is actually for future equity in Media3 Labs, which is the parent company to Scoop3 and also this podcast. So you're going to get actual ownership. So again, it's not a token drop. There's no, thing to mint or anything like that. You actually go on a platform and you invest in the company. So, what we did is that, so just to backtrack a little bit, these early stage investment startup opportunities are typically gate kept, like, the Ubers and the Facebooks. They're typically gate kept to people who make over $200,000 a year, or they have over a million in net worth. At least that's how it is here in the US. What we did at Media3 Labs, and it wasn't like, something that we could do overnight, is that we wanted anyone to be able to invest. So we actually went through a legal process and a financial review by a third party, filed paperwork with the SEC so that we can have investors that are not accredited. And so what I just described to you earlier was an accredited investor, which is one that makes over $200,000 a year or net worth of over $1 million. We have a legal process where we can actually have non-accredited investors invest. So yeah, like I said, I just really have always hate that those opportunities for early stage startups have been gate kept. So I was, very gung ho about having a pathway for non-accredited investors to be able to invest. So yes, we are still talking to VCs and going to be seeking out funding through them as well. But we wanted to also open it up to our community too. And, you can invest for as little as $100, real easy process. You go to a platform called WeFunder that we partnered with to help manage manage the process for us and kind of keep things above board. So the link for investing is going to be in the show notes. And of course, I'm speaking with a little bit of a bias here, but I would at least encourage you all to take a look because, again, these kinds of investment opportunities are normally gate kept to just that, elite few. So, yeah, hope you guys take a look at that link and join us, not just as a listener, but also as a shareholder too one day. So I also want to take a moment and thank the Rev, who is leading this investment round and making it possible for us to have this pathway for our community. So if you do have any questions, feel free to reach out. Would be happy to answer them. Looking forward to a successful race so we can bring Scoop3 to the market and make it the #1 podcast player with a loyalty badge program. So it's going to be really amazing, guys. Super excited about that. So with that, like I said, guys, super quick episode. Just wanted to wrap up 2023. Wish your families a very happy new year, and I'll see you all in 2024. Until then.